warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 31. From War of the Titans, Clash of Weapons, and the Fall of Time. Fire in the sky, blood on the ground. When fury meets joy. When one camp cheers, and the silence in the other is crushed. From one side the drums of triumph echoed, slow and rising. From the other, the thud of a stone table struck in rage. On Mount Othrys silence had a weight, the kind only broken by a blade that once cut time itself. Cronus entered the war chamber. His eyes did not question, they judged. Crius returned, carried upon his own shield, half his chest shattered, his voice buried deep in a throat made of gravel. Crius had not fallen alone. With him, shattered too was the illusion that the earth alone could win a war. Cronus spoke, his voice like the fracture of an hourglass turned too late. When a soldier returns wounded, we may forgive. But when the stone itself returns defeated, that is a curse I do not pardon. Hyperion stood to the side, his arm still aflame, but said nothing. Coeus smirked, murmuring under his breath, "That's what happens when you wield weight instead of wit." But Cronus silenced them all. Eyes fixed westward, he said, "The lightning has flashed, the depths have howled, but night has yet to rise." Then the command, "No one moves until I give the word." And he walked away. The sound of his stone staff tapping the floor was not a rhythm, but a countdown, a pulse of wrath. Someone would soon pay. Across the world, atop Mount Olympus, the scene was its mirror's opposite. Drums, flames, songs. Hestia lit the sacrificial fires. Demeter sprinkled the fields with sacred ash. And Hades, for the first time, smiled. Zeus sat upon a high rock, his gaze stretched far across the horizon, silent. Poseidon approached, his trident still dripping with searing water. He said, "Do you see now? The depths are no mere shadow of your lightning." Zeus offered only half a smile, as if to say, "Your victory is our strength." But he didn't say it. Instead, he spoke softly. "The sky burns brighter when the earth watches from below." Hestia stepped forward, placed her hand on Zeus's shoulder. She whispered,
"You are my brother, but the flame only dances when lightning lights the way."
Olympus glowed with celebration, laughter, light, the warmth of triumph, all but one thing: Zeus. His body strong, but inside something stirred. A shadow not erased by victory, because this victory was never truly his. While the others rejoiced, he raised his eyes. Above, a distant cloud drifted. He asked it silently, "When will I burn my name into the sky?" The wind answered, not with words, but with a promise. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth. A story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why. We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.